New intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, welcome back to AussieVerse Comics and Collectors. As always, I am OmniBeau, joined by Mark, Grodd Watson, and Ryan. If you are liking all of our thumbnails, edits, and graphic designing, go check out A51_designs at Instagram, where you can also find us at AussieVerse_comics_collectors. And if you are liking the content, please hit that like button, share the content so that we can get to that 400 subscriber giveaway where one lucky winner will be winning a $100 Amazon gift card. How are you, boys?
You good? Good?
Pretty good.
Excellent to hear. So this week, we don't have much comic book news, so we thought we'd chat some Boys, which just finished season 3. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Well, when you said chat boys instead of the boys, I was just thinking, well, this is going a completely different direction than I thought we were going.
And you watch the other YouTube channels chime in right now. All right, well, let's get down to some quick comic book news before we get into the Boys. Mark, why don't you start us off, bud?
There was a bit of a teaser by The Rock saying that there is going to be a Superman cameo in Black Adam, but it's unclear if it's Henry Cavill.
Will they show his face, or will it just be a body?
Well, I heard in Shazam 2 it's going to be another body cameo, isn't it?
I haven't heard that. Yeah.
I suspect that they'll play it in a way to where it will probably be a body cameo, just so they can keep their options open.
Yeah, I think The Rock wants Henry Cavill, doesn't he? So it could happen. There were reshoots just recently, even though the movie was fully made. So yeah, this could open the door.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think it's crazy not having Henry Cavill as Superman. Like, you know, unless you're going to go forward with a new Superman and do something completely different, keep him.
Well, at the moment, he's at age. He's at the right age. So, Black Adam, The Rock. I know The Rock's a fair bit older, but it's kind of he's in the right age group to carry on the Superman mantle for another 5, 6 years or 10 years, isn't he? So
easily.
Yeah.
The only bit of news. Sorry, Mark.
No,
the only bit of news that I've got is the Boys spin-off show that they've just announced. Have you guys heard about this one?
Was it called Varsity? The Boys Presents Varsity? No.
Yeah, something like that. It's going to be basically like a Gotham U, but the Boys, so nothing like Gotham U. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, a bit of a hardcore teenage show that shows all these kids with powers going through school. I think it'll be pretty good because every other time they've done that in any other iteration, it's always been at least PG rated, you know. So this will be good to see hardcore kids going through school with powers.
There's only one thing that would have me worried about this, because I feel like it'll just oversaturate the Boys and maybe take away from the main show.
Well, hopefully not. I mean, they've already got the cartoon show and hardly anybody's seen that. So, you know, I mean, you don't blame them for cashing in on something that's pretty good. At least they're not doing The Walking Dead where it's, you know, they announce 5 different shows and make 3 of them and a movie and who knows what else.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what sort of tone they go because if it's kids or teenagers, well, it can be, if they want to make it as realistic as possible, superpowers and like the hormones things is just going to go right off.
Yeah.
Well, Uncle Jeff has to keep his anti-Superman agenda going, so.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And that's about all the comic book news that I've got. I mean, there's been some castings lately, you know, Madam Web and a few other things, but nothing that I feel is really talk worthy.
There was one thing that was pretty talk worthy that I think we should touch on very lightly.
By all means.
So for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, a piece of what apparent concept art for the movie got leaked, and it's of Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is talk worthy. I don't really know what else to say about that though until you actually get some meaty footage or a picture at least. You know, it's like that Namor picture they released a few weeks ago. That was rough as guts.
Yeah. It looked very comic book accurate. The vision that I did see, and it looked pretty cool. So I'm all in just to give it another go of Doctor Doom. We've failed twice. Surely third time possible.
Yeah, failed a big time in the second one, I reckon. The second iteration, I mean.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole movie sort of failed in that one too. I still enjoy it just because Fantastic Four as a base is a pretty good story, and I think it holds up. It's just everything else just didn't click. So I don't know.
It'll be good to see a Doctor Doom that doesn't have any sort of metal powers or metal grafting in his skin. You know, that's always the route that Doctor Doom's gone down in the movies.
Yeah. Well, again, we'll just have to wait and see. They might go that route again. I don't know.
No, I doubt it.
No, I doubt it.
Yeah, same.
No way.
I got Kingpin and Daredevil are rumored to be in 3 to 4 episodes of Echo.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
That's mad. Yeah.
That's not a cameo, so that's pretty exciting.
So is Echo the show coming out after She-Hulk?
Yeah, so is that slated for November or October?
Echo? No, that'll be next year.
No, I thought Echo's this year.
Echo's filming right now, so it'd be next year.
So then what's the rest of this year? Because we have She-Hulk. We know that's coming this year. What if season 2?
Yeah.
Is that coming this year?
Yeah, it meant to be the tail end of this year.
Oh, I did not know that.
And then we should be getting that Halloween special for Werewolf by Night and the Christmas special for Guardians.
Yeah, okay. So not that much left though, really, because the Halloween and the Guardians are going to be a one-off. So as far as shows are concerned, it's really just She-Hulk is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But we are going to be getting in, I think, a week or 2 weeks at the most, that exhibition that's going to have all the news. So we'll know everything pretty damn soon, actually. What is it, San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah. Echo will premiere in 2013, yeah. 2023.
I'm really excited for Daredevil Season 4 because that's pretty much what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I also did have a question, so an interesting question. So we've all watched Stranger Things, right?
No.
Yep.
You haven't?
You haven't?
No. I'm nowhere near up to date on Stranger Things.
So my question was to get out of the Vecna realm. You know, you need a song.
Yep.
What would be your song to get out of it? What would be a song that make you so happy that it'll make you run towards the light?
Easy. Bon Jovi, Raise Your Hands.
Raise your hands, yep.
Raise your hands when you want to let it show. Raise your hands.
Good song.
Let's go with Under Pressure by Queen.
Even better, Ryan. I love that song. I really love that song. Also, David Bowie. You got to put the asterisk because they both own that.
What's yours, Mark?
I would go, honestly, because I am a metal fan and a rock fan, but there is a track that just make this. I know he's a tool bag, but this track I friggin' love, and it's "Runaway" by Kanye West. I
I don't know which one that is.
Hey?
I don't know which one that is.
Let's go. Let's have a toast for the douchebags. Let's have a toast for the assholes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Each to their own.
Yeah, it's a good track. Like, it's catchy, but yeah, I don't like rap music that much, but that song I love.
Fair enough. Ryan, you got any more comic news?
Nope, I'm tapped out.
Mark?
There was I cannot pronounce her name, but it got leaked today that Dua Lipa, I think her name is Dua Lipa. Yeah. Is she a singer or something?
You sound like me about a year ago when someone told me about her. I thought it was some sort of like lip balm product.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What sort of song does she do?
Songs that we obviously don't listen to.
No. But, apparently she's set to star. Yeah. Lit My Own Worst Enemy is awesome. She's set to star in an upcoming DC movie, and they are slated to think it's going to be Satana.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I've never heard of her, but I've just seen a photo of her today, and she looks the part. But is she an actor?
No, she's a singer. I mean, maybe she's an actor as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it could possibly happen, but yeah. I'm not quite sure how I feel, but I'm open to see how she goes. But I like Satana a lot as a character. So yeah, I don't know. There's good options out there, but let's hope it works out.
Fair enough. All right, let's get into the boys, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
What did we think of it? Right.
I liked it. It was entertaining. First episode was good. And then I thought for a couple episodes it wasn't so good. We got some character arcs that I didn't quite love, but it kind of worked towards the end.
Yep.
I thought the performance of acting, obviously, Carl Urban was amazing. And Starr, whatever his first name is, Tony Starr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who acts as Homelander. I mean, like, he's just a hidden gem, isn't he? Like, he acted Homelander so well. He's going to get lots of jobs now. The door's open for him now. So, yeah. I thought with the boys, a lot of the time, you had to be kind of in the mood for something ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Because if you were in for a mood of just mind-numbing stuff, you can't turn on the boys.
No, you need to be able to have something completely off the wall, gross, sexual, violent, all of that. You have to be ready for all of that.
Yeah, you had to have that in your mind space. So I thought so, but yeah. Anthony, Facebook user, said yeah. All right, so what do you guys think?
I've always loved this show, man. Always loved this show. But Ryan, I think you got more in-depth comments to be making here.
Okay, season 3 of The Boys, I think, is the best season that they've done. It easily eclipses both season 1 and season 2. It sort of sets up a new story arc that continues on from where we left off and ends in a very intriguing spot. I did really enjoy all the parallels between Butcher and Homelander throughout the season, especially when they have that meeting in the very first episode and they're talking about mutually assured destruction. How it will pretty much foreshadowing that the end of the show, it's gonna be Butcher and Homelander going at each other.
We've had that for the last 3 seasons though, so that's kind of what like it warned for me, because I still think this first season was my favourite to start with, because that's how the whole story built up. It was supposed to be Homelander and Billy the Butcher, and
Yeah.
Obviously, they had to drag it out a little bit, but then second season's like that too. And then we get it again the third season, but this time Billy's got powers, and I think that's what stepped it up a little bit more. But yeah, what do you think, Bo?
Yeah, no, I do agree with you. I think what separates this one though from the others is obviously the fact that they could have superpowers this time, which means they could actually fight on an even keel. I the problem with the boys is that because it's only 8 episodes, I feel like the last 2 seasons specifically have gone by so quickly, which isn't their fault. It's really ours for not being able to watch 1 episode a week or, have some moderation. But the seasons just go by so damn quickly that it's blink and you miss it. So to think we have to wait now the majority of another year just to get another season seems pretty ridiculous, but that's the reality, of TV. There's not much we can do about that. But the interesting thing that I did like about this season was how the main guy, I've gone blank, not
Huey.
Yeah, Huey, thank you. How he acted like a typical guy that's never done drugs, and then as soon as he does, he goes a bit hardcore for them, doesn't listen to his loved ones around him, keeps doing what he thinks is right, and he's doing the wrong thing for the right reasons. And I dug all of that. When I saw him walking away from Starlight, just like everybody watching the show, you're probably thinking, you moron, you've got this hot girl, why are you jeopardizing that? And yeah, I really dug that. The more and more I see Anthony Starr, the more and more I love him. And any season that you get Herogasm in, it's going to be a winner.
It was an amazing episode that was. Like, that was groundbreaking. But and Jensen Ackles, obviously, what an amazing. Like, nobody hates Jensen Ackles. Like,
I love that guy.
He is like, there'd have to be something wrong with you if you didn't like Jensen Ackles. Everybody likes him.
That Freddy told me everybody's fly. Did you say my Flash is fast, Flash is cool.
There's not many actors, really. I could probably count them on one hand that if I ever had the opportunity to meet, I'd want to go up to them and just shake their hand and just say, like, thank you for the years of entertaining me. You've always just done such a great job, and Jensen Ackles is one of them. He's just great.
Yep. It's hard to, because you do think he's such a good bloke and he's such a good character and obviously Supernatural as Dean. It's hard to watch him in this villainous role.
Oh, I thought it was easy because he's so good at it. He's so good at it.
I don't want to hate him. I don't want to hate him.
I think it's really hard to hate Soldier Boy because he's just that likable, even though he's a dickhole.
Exactly. I'm still on his side, but just because of it.
Yeah. No, I think it's a real shame that they ended up killing him. Well, so we think anyway. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. Sorry. They put him back in that thing, yeah. Because I think he's one of those characters that you need to sort of keep in the show, Obviously, I don't know what happened in the books because I haven't read them yet. But, I think you got to keep him.
Yeah.
I did find it interesting that he was in the hands of the US government at the very end of the season because they're probably going to experiment on him even more and figure out how to deal with Compound V and take it away.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be all about Compound V, is it now, from seasons ahead. So who knows who's going to get their hands on Compound V? And that will be the scary part.
Yeah.
Are we feeling a bit of a shift that Homelander could be redeemable or is going to be redeemable? No?
No way. Because every time I start to like him, all I have to do is remember that plane scene in season 1.
Yeah.
Even in this season, how can a person be redeemable that turns around to somebody that's going to throw themselves off a building, talk themselves out of it, and then just jump. I've had enough today. Just jump. Screw you. You know.
I guess poor choice of words. Is he going to try and turn the corner? Like, or is he going to try and? No, you think he's still going to stay exactly the same?
Yeah.
He looked pretty redeemable when he walked into that barn and just started milking that cow and drank the milk. I was waiting all season long for a milk scene, and I finally got it. And this scene.
Well, it seems like you're not redeemable, Ryan.
Homelander, I have a feeling they're going to lead up to a siege of the White House with Homelander. And that'll be the final confrontation with Butcher.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Homelander is just an allegory for Donald Trump.
Yeah, very true.
I'm not looking forward to the whole Sun storyline in season 4 because unless they do something really unexpected, which with this show they definitely can, I just hope it's not the typical the son is now worshipping his dad and seeing that his dad's the right way to think and go, and he just becomes a little Homelander, and then later he discovers he's wrong and he wants to be good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope it's a bit more complex than that, and they surprise us because it could very easily be easily written now, where it's very, very typical, you know?
Very, very textbooks and very, very lazy writing, that would be, yeah. Yeah, that could very possibly happen because it feels like it's shifting towards that bow, and I fear that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like an easier option.
Yeah.
But no.
It's like every now and then you will be surprised, though, you know, with where writers go. I mean, one of the reasons why I loved the newest Planet of the Apes trilogy is because they could have made it. The writers could have been so lazy and just made it simply apes good, humans bad, or vice versa, and them just fight each other. But it wasn't like that at all. You had good apes, good humans, bad humans, and it was very complex. And if it wasn't for one person on this side, if it wasn't for one person on that side, the war might not have happened. And that's what this is very much like. If it wasn't for Homelander or if it wasn't for Butcher, maybe Soups and normal people could have lived in a world where they didn't resent and hate each other so much. But because Homelander's so screwed up and Butcher is so demented, it's made this war so much worse and twisted the lives of everybody it touches.
Just to touch on that Planet of the Apes thing right there, but the broad strokes of that trilogy is apes good, humans bad.
Of Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, of that trilogy. That's the broad strokes. Apes good, humans bad.
But it made it a lot different because, like, going by the third one, I think it was, I remember watching it and it was the big war finally. And they could have easily made it apes versus humans. But instead, you had the one bad ape that really triggered the war. And then you had Woody Harrelson as the bad human that wouldn't take no for an answer. So really, it's because of one bad ape and one bad human.
Yeah, just like the Mark Wahlberg one that we all like to forget.
Yeah,
the one really bad ape who was Roth, wasn't it? It was Roth as the really bad ape.
Oh, you think I'd remember that, but I don't know. Yeah,
no, it's Roth. He's the main leader of the ape in that movie. And then Mark Wahlberg, and then there's some good apes, and there's some good humans, and then there's some bad humans.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're talking about the 80s one, which was pretty similar as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, off the Planet of the Apes, but
we have a question. I wonder if we're going to see more octopus sex. Are we going to see more octopus sex?
Well, as long as the deep's in there, yes, we are.
Maybe he'll go fall in love with another dolphin.
Well, I don't remember him always being such a freaking pussy, man. Like, the last 2 seasons, the Deep has just been such a bloody pussy.
Well, I don't even know what he does apart from just have sex with other fish. Or what does he do? Like, I've never seen him hardly fight.
Remember that time when he went to go rescue a dolphin?
Yeah.
And then he did it wrong, and then the dolphin died because of it.
But yeah.
Or when he tried to rescue that lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's clearly a tone with him that they're just going to keep playing with. And they've got to go up again a notch. Because it seems like that's what they're doing every season. So, and plus, as we were saying before, they've got quality writers, so I think we can trust in the process with this. So, yeah.
How did you guys feel when they made him eat that octopus?
Sad.
That was a good scene to watch.
Yeah.
Anthony Starr's acting was pretty good.
That was gut wrenching.
Yeah.
He's got kids. Oh man.
What was your guys, you reckon, favourite scene of the whole series? If you had to pick one.
Well, for me, it was when Mother's Milk opens the door at Hero Chasm and he gets drenched.
Oh, yep. Fair enough. What about you, Ryan?
It's Homelander milking that cow and then drinking the milk.
Oh, mine's not going to be as ridiculous. Even though they're great scenes and they are amazing. My one was when Billy Butcher got trapped in his own mine. Yeah, and he kept on being in the cycle of seeing his brother go through that arc and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty good, breaking down of Carl Urban acting as Billy Butcher, and I thought that was amazing. So, also, if I had to pick a weird one like you two did as well, I'd pick Jensen Ackles with the old ladies.
Yeah. That was great.
And Paul Rice going,
get him out.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting that scene. I remember my face when it came on.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, I noticed you've got the boys' omnibus that's recently delivered on behind you.
Yep, it's right there.
My copy came in too. The volume 2 is on its way. So how much have you read of the boys, if any?
I'm not reading any of it till I've got all 3 on my shelf.
Yeah, same. Mark, have you read any of the boys?
No. And it's probably a situation where I'm going to keep it to the TV shows. There's a few that I decided to keep to the TV shows. I picked up a free comic book day Homelander story, but I still haven't read it.
I beat my meat into a cup. That's also one of the best scenes in the season. Or when Soldier Boy talks to Homelander and meets him in person, and he's like, "You're such a disappointment." That's become a TikTok template at the moment.
I'm not surprised.
So there's been a couple of story arcs from characters that I was a bit confused by, or a bit like not disappointed, but just not didn't progress quite the way I wanted it to, or I don't know what the word is, but Mother's Milk, obviously Eminem. I didn't like his story arc, how he got all mad and sort of gangster, and then punched the new father and stuff like that. And then a Frenchie, I didn't like his story progression either. Like I feel like them two characters both taken a step back.
Yeah, I think you're right, but
Yeah.
I didn't really notice it as anything detrimental to the show, to be honest. I mean, you do have a lot of personalities in this show, so it would be hard to continuously progress them all the time. Contrary to what you just said, this season made me like Mother's Milk even more than in the past.
I do have to admit, Mother's
agree with
Milk
that
was
one.
completely justified in hitting him.
Yeah, same
I
here.
agree.
I thought the same thing, mate.
Yeah, well, look, we all think it, but does that make you a better person when you do?
Well, no. I mean, you can
It
have
ends up making, like, if he didn't hit him, then he's the bad guy. But then it reverses when he hits him.
yeah.
And at the end of the season, Todd he gives Homelander the gratification that he wanted as well, and just makes him think, well, I can just kill people now in front of everyone, and they'll still love me.
Yeah, so he could progress into some sort of, villainish character. I mean, like, he's obviously out there to hate him. We've all got that in a lot of, it's very tropey in these shows or movies where the new dad is just a jackass. And it's like, even, they flipped it a little bit in Ant-Man, where he was a jackass in the first one. And then the second one, he's not as much of a jackass by the end of it. It's they always do it, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. They always try to make the new dad the jackass. And yeah, I don't know.
What did you think about Homelander killing Black Noir?
I could not believe that he did that. I was so gutted when he did that. I thought Black Noir and Homelander were going to thought he was going to do the right thing by Black Noir, and then no, he's just like, no, fuck you, die.
Yeah, no, I saw it coming from a mile away. I knew as soon as he came back, I'm going, Homelander's just going to kill him.
Yeah.
You're a dead man.
3 people you don't tell the truth to is Homelander, Kingpin, and Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll fuck your shit up.
Mm-hmm.
The character that I thought had the best arc this season, A-Train.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good call. I love the way he murdered Blue Hawk, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
A-Train's entire arc in the season, it's just him trying to do the right thing, and as a result of doing the right thing, it just results in all this mishap happening. Things just going to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, I like A-Train's. Look, it's probably the best I've ever felt about Huey's character as well. Like, in the previous season, I sort of see him as being annoying at times. But this one, I loved it how, well, even as you said, Bo, he got hooked on it, but he's just like, yeah, let's do this. It's not like Huey. Huey's always got doubts, but he goes, yeah, nah, I want to do this. And, it turned for him when he was working for that company and he realised that woman who explodes heads was the leader of that company. So, yeah. And then Huey just goes, nah, we got to do your way, Billy. And he was with him the whole time. And, yeah, I thought Huey's character was interesting. I thought it was quite funny, like he lost his clothes every time. He teleported.
Yeah, I loved it how he stops that guy from killing the other character, and then both him and the other guy are just naked outside. He's like, what have you done with me?
Yeah. I noticed that by the end of it, he always brings a spare change of clothes just for that.
Well, I mean, it only take you one go to do it until you realise I need a bloody spare change of clothes everywhere I go now, right?
Nah, just walk around naked. You'll be right.
What was your favourite bit about Herogasm?
Well, the end fight would have to be it if I was going to be serious.
I love the one dude walking around with a flaming penis.
Yeah.
That just made me wonder, like, is it on fire after sex or during sex, or is it always on fire? Do you need somebody with like a fountain vagina to put it out? Like, how does this work? Because with Superman, you know that the only uterus that could ever take his would be like someone like Wonder Woman. This has been discussed before. But how does a flaming penis man have sex and walk around without harming his women?
Well, I would assume, like, obviously Superman has sex with Lois, and that works.
Well, no. That's
because I had a kid.
I tend to disagree.
I'd assume it'd be another soup that'd have and an amazing sort of vagina.
an amazing sort of vagina.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
soup with ice powers.
yeah. Because we
Rachel's-
had the eye still though, didn't we? As well.
Oh, mate.
I guess it would be too far off just having gonorrhea, would it?
The jokes are going to be flying in now. As someone who identifies with Superman's penis, there is always a matching vajooge. Good on you, Chris. So, was there any parts of The Boys that you're upset they didn't resolve? Because, like, I've got one. This exploding head woman. I don't want to see more of her.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's continued.
Well, the way I see it, that they needed to leave stuff to do another season. They were going to get it no matter what. So
Yeah.
I thought there was I guess it's not unresolved too much, but they wrapped it up pretty quickly. Was her dad, who she double crossed and put away, the one who's Soul in, he's not Soul, Gus in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sort of wrapped up his story arc pretty quickly, and I thought his character was, well, he's an amazing actor, to be honest. He's so creepy and so good.
Yeah.
That bit where he goes, "You're just poor product." Wow, you could just feel Homelander's heart breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
thing I
no,
love about Homelander. No matter how much bad he does, when his heart breaks, you feel it. And why would we feel it when he's meant to be such an asshole? It's good writing.
yeah, very true, and great acting as well. But yeah, I agree with you with the woman with the exploding heads. I'm not sure where they're going with that, or if it's going anywhere. What
well,
is
she's
the
going to be
purpose?
the vice president
To what?
of the United States.
Lord. Well, it couldn't be any worse.
And how did the other woman with the wig, the one that's in charge of the PR and all that, how did she get sick?
She just, from stress, started tearing her hair out.
Is that what it is? Because I was wondering, I just couldn't work out how she got that sick. That's how much stress is getting to her. She has to wear a wig. Bloody hell.
I'm very surprised they went that route with that. I guess they, I don't know.
I thought she had cancer or so there was something I was missing.
Yeah, I didn't think it was stress either. I thought something was wrong with her, and they just didn't explain it yet. But
Yeah.
each to their own. Yeah.
So where does The Boys rate on your top comic book shows at the moment?
At the moment,
Yeah.
at the moment, or all up? Do you reckon?
All up.
All up. I still think pretty high. Like I still love Daredevil lots,
Yes.
lots and lots. So I don't think it'll ever top that, but I think it's been really good, and I think it's been really consistent. And every season, I cannot wait. So it'll definitely be top 2 or top 3. So I love it. I can barely rate the seasons. I said I liked the first season better, the best, but that's only just because it was new.
Yep.
So I guess if I went and rewatched it again, and it wouldn't be as good as the third one if I rewatched the third one, maybe.
Yeah.
The Boys is definitely top 3. Well, I think it sits on that shelf with Daredevil and Punisher season 1.
It definitely changed the game, hadn't it? Forever. Yeah, like the Joker says in the interrogation to Batman, he goes, "You've changed things forever," and that's basically what The Boys has done. Now we've got a bar where we can set some really weird stuff, as well as good writing.
No show on the air at the moment handles characters the way The Boys does.
Yeah, that's that combination of putting it out there and having their really weird story, but also having it smartly written and well acted too. Combination where it's just there's everybody that's got hooked on it. There's a lot of people out there going, "Oh, have you watched The Boys?" And they said no. But as soon as they do, they just binge it all, don't they? As soon as they finally get onto it, because everybody's talking about it now. So now people are really starting to start it, and they just go, "Oh, where's this show been?"
Yeah.
So,
I remember the way I got some of my friends who weren't watching it and went, "Oh, it's on Amazon Prime." The way I got some of them to watch it was I went, "Okay, watch these two scenes," and I showed them the scene where they crash the boat into the whale.
Yeah.
And the one where A-Train is visiting the cancer patient.
Right, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too. If a friend asks, like, what is it about? It's kind of hard to sell. Like, it's that good of a show. It's better than you can express what it is.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way for us to explain how good it is without watching it, sort of thing. I mean, like a show, you can go, "Oh, they do this. It's really cool," and you can make it sound better than it is. The Boys, you cannot do that. It is better than you're ever going to explain it. What do you think, Bo? Where does it rate for you?
It's definitely in the top 3. But as you were mentioning Daredevil and Punisher, because I freaking love those, one of the show that I would love to put in my top 3, but it's hard when it's only been one season. I don't know where the second one is Invincible, the cartoon
I forgot about that.
That is just so freaking good. And I think whatever else they bring out is going to be just as good. I don't know why it's taking so long for a second season, but The Boys, comic book shows and movies, in my opinion, should make you want to go out, buy the books and read them, and vice versa. And I'd never read Invincible. I watched the show, loved it, bought all the books, read it all, loved it. Boys, I've been waiting for these omnibuses to come out, but I've bought them all, and I'm sure I'm going to love reading it. And things like that. I plan on getting Lock and Key, the big books one day, Umbrella Academy, things like that. So if that's what it's making you do, then I think it's doing its job. But yeah, definitely The Boys that have to be. If it's not in my top 3, it's definitely my top 5.
Yeah, I like Jessica Jones just as much as well. So that whole season as a whole. But yeah, but also if we factor in Star Wars, I love The Mandalorian. So yeah, but yeah, it's hard. But I definitely have to put it up there in top 3, maybe, but definitely top 5 for sure. Yeah. But yeah, but I'm not going to be a person. Sometimes I like to keep my reading and my reading universe and my movie TV show universe separate.
Yeah.
Like I'm a massive Aliens fan, and everyone says you've got to read the comics. These are cool ideas. It's cool ideas, they are, but I like to keep it separate. I'm the same with Star Wars. I like to keep Star Wars separate. I probably will dive into Star Wars one day, comics, but yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I used to be in camp. I want to consume everything. If it's got the name Star Wars on it, I need to be reading it. And then eventually I just hit a point where I was like, well, I don't feel like any of this actually matters.
Yeah.
The only Star Wars books that I would love to go out and read one day and get the omnibuses of is all the Darth Vader stuff.
That is one I would read by 100%.
Yeah.
Like I might have to track down some hardcovers.
The amount of conversations I've had with Sharif where it's like, Darth Vader's looking pretty tempting, and then I've had to go, no, can't do it yet. Not going to do it. Not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's what, 2 Darth Vader omnibuses is there? Jason Aaron and Kieran Gillen?
Kieran Gillen and Charles Soule.
Charles Soule.
And Charles Soule's run on Darth Vader is It's so good.
Mm. Okay.
It picks up right after episode 3, and so the first story arc is him building his lightsaber, and how he goes about that, and he has to go fight a Jedi that's like he's kind of just like out there, just hiding.
Yep. Yeah. But then again, I swing on the opposite side. Whenever it's Predator, I just get every content I can.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It is what it is. Everybody makes their own decisions, I guess.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, have we got anything else to talk about?
Oh, well, I was going to say, who do you think, if you had to choose, let's go, say, sports terms, of your 3 best performances in this season, who do you think? So 3 being your best, 2 being second, and 1 being the third. Who gets your 3 votes?
Boys.
Yeah. So 3 votes. So like it's a
Yeah.
football term. So you get 3 the best on.
I think it's hard to look past Homelander.
3 votes.
Yeah, he's just the best thing about it.
We'll go 1 each. So mine,
yeah.
you reckon 3?
Yeah, Homelander gets 3 votes from me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Homelander 2. All right, so go number 2.
Well, God, it's hard not to say Butcher, isn't it? But you know what? Because we're talking about season 3, I'm going to go Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, I'm going to go Billy, unfortunately. He's very close to getting 3, Billy.
Yeah.
But,
I'm going to go A-Train.
nice.
A-Train, baby.
1 vote? Who's getting your 1 vote?
Butch,
yep. I am actually... Yeah, I'm going to go A-Train as well. 1.
I'm going to go Butcher.
Butcher, yep. You're pretty similar. But
I think that's one most people would be.
I was thinking Black Nora for 1. I really wanted Black Nora because I liked his story arc. I liked the cartoon thing. It was different.
Yeah.
It was really cool, and it really made you always wanted to know about him, didn't you? And yeah, I thought it was really cool. So I'd
It was
almost
really good getting to see Soldier Boy be a racist.
Well, he lived in the 40s. He's going to be racist.
Yeah. It's funny when you think about that. How is Captain America not racist?
Yeah, it's very true. I don't even know how to explain it. So, what are the expectations for this next season?
Expectations is I'm hoping for a knockout storyline with the son. It's not going to be the typical thing. I hope the woman with the head exploding we get rid of because she annoys me. Mm-hmm. I hope the woman with the wig we get rid of because she annoys me too. And I would love to see finally Homelander just lose his shit like properly, and he just thinks, screw it, I'm going to rule the world, and it ends up being the world versus Homelander. That's what I want to see. Kind
of feels like that's the direction it could go if they're going to go a direction. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know I kind of get the feeling that him and Soldier Boy might resolve things, or they might go that direction, and then that's a really unstoppable force. Then everybody's going to have to take this Combat V just to fight them, which I hope has happened. I think Billy Butcher's, because he's dying, probably dying, I think he's going to have to take the temporary one. Now, what happens to him after that? They could go in every direction because he is pretty messed up in the head. So that's an interesting concept. And then obviously, what's going to happen with Huey now? Is Huey going to have to stop Butcher because of this? Or
I think Huey's got Butcher's back.
Yeah, it seems like that. But I do know, I'm not going to give the spoilers away, in the comics, it goes a different way. So
Well, I think that they've set up that eventually all the boys are going to have to fight Butcher.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what I was alluding to, and yeah, it comes down to him and Huey in the comics. But then again, I haven't read it. This is just stuff that I read after I watched the show because
Yeah.
I wanted to learn about it.
Yeah, the only thing I know different in the comics than the show is the identity of Black Noir. That's the only difference that I know.
Right, and they've gone different ways apparently on a lot of things. So,
Yeah, well, they never had a son in the comics, I don't think.
it seems like every season they bring in a new, very villainishy person. So, are they going to bring somebody else in? Is there anybody else to bring in?
Yeah, but none of them have died though either. Like that Nazi
Stormfront
woman.
died.
No, she
Yeah,
didn't.
Stormfront.
She
Yeah.
committed suicide.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I meant at the end of the season.
Well, I thought she died at the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, there could be other characters that they haven't introduced yet, like Soldier Boy in this one.
Mm. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm very, very interested. I mean, like, this is going to be one of the most watched seasons ever now, where they've set the bar that well. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, here's the thing. I think that by the time season 4 comes out, you'll have forgotten how good season 3 is, and it'll just wow you all over again.
exactly. It seems like it keeps happening, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, before we wrap it up, let's have a word from our sponsors.
This show is sponsored by the Comx shop. Check out comx.cx for all things Comx and find out what Comx is all about. Then head over to comx.shop to pick up a variety of Australian comics from multiple creators and publishers, all for one flat postage rate. We hope you enjoy the show.
All right, have we got any other final thoughts before closing, wrapping, going away?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
no?
Yeah, no. No. Yeah, not a lot. No.
All
More
right,
Homelander milk scenes in season 4, please.
There's got to be some more milk in there. So, where's he going to go to next? Goat's milk?
Put that on a T-shirt.
Mm.
All right, we will see you here Thursday for a brand new video, and maybe next Monday for another live chat. We'll see. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Who knows? Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I know that I am doing nothing but moving house, and I can't wait to get a great background again, like you guys have got. Say goodbye, AussieVerse.
Goodbye, AussieVerse.
What is AussieVerse always?
For life.
That's right. Bye.